SMS Southwest, Smooth, Ill Mill, True Brothers, Syndicate. Now tell me, would you ride for your brother? Now tell me, would you die for your brother? Now tell me, would you try for your brother? Would you cry for your brother? Shot up, dead in a place, no escape, big holes in his face. Would you lie for your brother? Now tell me, would you while on your brother? And if he's moving wrong, would you smile with your brother? Southwest winning this race, all these fake fools out here showing their faces long. I'm sick and tired of this rap game, cause everybody's claiming that they're in this crack game. It's a shame, and young mums are feeling the pain. Now he's locked up for 12 years, feeling the strain. Yo, now tell me, would you ride for him?
Roger KHALSA, Wagj to the Singhrow street talk here. I'm just gonna talk about how ruthless the streets are and how grimy the streets are, and, you know, just give you a few survival tips for our experience, what we've been through, and, you know, make sure our youth them and that are safe out there, you get me? So if you look at back in the days, yeah, Singhs used to be weapon bearers. Maharaj gave us Shastra all the time, you get me? That was only to be used in defense, never attack. But, you know, if some rapist, robber, mugger, or any type of evildoer come to attack you, you could defend yourself. And you could, if they were armed, you were armed as well, you know what I'm saying? But the UK law here doesn't allow a person to carry a weapon for protection. So we're not going to tell you to break the law, but we are going to give you some law-abiding survival tips, you get me? Number one, yeah, if you see a group, and if you're in a group, sorry, yeah, and you see a single person that is causing trouble to your group, is unusually brave, is like they must be packing a gun or a knife. If there's 10 of you and one man giving it large, if he wasn't carrying a knife or a gun, then he wouldn't be giving it large. The only reason he's giving it large is because he's so confident, you get me? And he's probably thinking that none of you got night, which is 90% the case anyway, you get me? Because, you know what I mean, it's mainly the criminals that are armed out there, you know what I mean? So if he's acting unusually brave, either he's on drugs or either he's packed something. It's likely he's packing something, so bear that in mind when someone acts brave when you're in your big group, you get me? When you're walking down the street, it's good to keep looking back regularly, just in case someone's creeping up behind you with a mask or a weapon, you get me? Sometimes people stab you from back behind you and stuff like that, you get me? So if you've got a lot of beef on the streets, or you got someone that's after you, just be wary, keep looking back, you get me? Look out for suspicious behaviour and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like there's robbers here, they do a move called creepers. What creepers is, if they see an expensive car, they'll follow the car until it reaches its home driveway, you get me? So if they see a Porsche or a rich man's car, they'll follow it. As soon as the person's getting in, they just pull out a knife or a gun and just like rob the whole yard and stuff, and take the car as well, you get me? So that's called creepers, you know what I mean? Or sometimes when you're in a petrol pump, yeah, someone just, you go to pay the money, the geezer just sneaks in the car, hides at the back, and then you're giving the person a drive home and stuff like that. That happens a lot, so always lock your car at the petrol pump and stuff like that, you get me? So, you know, if you see a bit of troublemakers hanging around street corners and stuff, the best thing to do is cross the road. So, but sometimes when you cross the road and they see it, they know that you're scared as well, you know what I mean? So it's best like try across the road if you see them from far and they ain't seeing you, get me? Alright, another thing is that if someone's chasing you with your knife here, you have to run, yeah? You ain't gonna be able to run with like dresses on or high heels on, you get me? So, you know, high heels make a lot of noise, you won't be able to run, you'll probably fall over, and like, you know, the dress, the limit is how much space you're giving your legs. So, you know what I mean, how can you run with a dress or skirt on and stuff like that, you get me? Unless it's a mini skirt, you know what I mean? But then that's got other dangers to it and other unmodesty factors to that, you get me? But wear shoes that have a grip on the sole, you get me? So when you got a bit of grip, even if you're running, you don't slip. A lot of times I've noticed with Punjabi girls these days, the slaggy dress sense, you get me? They're making themselves targets for rapists. If you think about it, right, you get me? Like, you know what I'm saying, like, lust is a powerful force. When some people can't control it and they want it, they'll take it no matter by what means they get it, you get me? So, you know, if you entice a criminal with your slaggy dress sense, you get me? And do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, you're asking for it, you know what I mean? You're just asking to be a victim, you know what I mean? Like, if you don't care, have self-respect, but at least think about your safety, you get me? So if you look at this picture, you see a little girl dressed like, you know, in an enticing manner, you get me? She's unlikely to get raped. But when our girls go out clubbing or wherever they're walking about, or in the summer, they dress like that. And like, you know what I mean, look at the difference, you get me? So which is gonna entice and which ain't gonna entice? So it's just it's all about, you know, using your brain and stuff like that, you get me? So, you know, another thing you can do is get if you got people after you, or you got a bad feeling and you don't want to break the law and carry a weapon, yeah, you can have a protection vest. Anyone can wear them. They're about £150 or to about £300 in the shops. You can wear them. It's not against the law to wear them, you get me? And you know what I mean, prevention is better than cure. Another disturbing trend I've started noticing between our girls is the Playboy sign clothing, you get me? If you look at the history of Playboy was created by a geezer called Hugh Hefner, who was like a pimp, and he used to have Playboy bunnies who were like the hoes of this pimp, you get me? And he started a whole empire on this, you get me? So Playboy represents a pornographic company, you get me? And a Playboy logo, only the Playboy bunnies, a hoe who used to work in strip bars or was a prostitute or, you know, does dirty things, yeah, the Playboy bunny represented her, you get me? So when you see our girls on the streets wearing these tracksuits, wallets, bags, you get me? Obviously they're asking to be harassed because people are going to assume that you're dirty like them Playboy hoes, you get me? So mans are going to come and touch you up, or, you know, make filthy gestures and signs on you, you get me? And you know what I'm saying, you will get harassed. So you know what I mean? So, and like geezer that I know, Manjeet Singh from Grays, yeah, is 19, yeah, he got into a little scenario, and you know what I mean, he was at a lakeside shopping centre, yeah, he saw a few up and three of them, all three had like the new Playboy tracksuits on. A couple KALE was like trying to harass him, like get like they were on it, you get me? They thought, oh, these girls must be hoes or something, you get me? So they're like trying to get the numbers, and what, it turned into a bit of harassment because the girls go like, oh, we don't want to know. They tried walking on, so one guy actually pinched one of the girls' bum, you get me? And like when the Singh Manjeet saw it, he goes to them, leave her alone, and one of the geezer goes, blood, is that your sister? He goes, nah. And he goes, well, you best move on. And the geezer goes, no, don't harass the girls. And the guy goes, blood, are you mad? These girls are wearing Playboy signs, of course they want it, they're on it, you get me? And the Singh thought to himself, rah, I'm in a little situation here, I'm like trying to defend the honour of an honourless woman, you get me? Because even he knew about the Playboy sign and stuff, you get me? So like if you're not a hoe, why would you wear the Playboy sign? Because it represents hoe. Just like if you're not a Nazi, you wouldn't walk around with a Nazi t-shirt on, you get me? What you wear, how you dress says a lot about a person, you get me? You can tell who's a hoe from the way she dresses, because she's got no self-respect and she dresses like she's hard up for it, you get me? And you can tell who's a modest person through their dress sense, if they've got a bit of self-respect, you know what I mean? So another thing is like, you know, is extreme Islamic hit squads that are targeting Punjabi boys, like bully and beat them, intimidate them, harass them, humiliate them on the street, you get me? Like my uncle used to be part of the SP back in the days, innit? And like, you know, I got him to type out a bit of stuff about, you know, why these Islamic hit squads do stuff and things like this, you get me? And I'll read you a bit of response. It was a very big letter, like 5-page document, but I just took a little bits and pieces out of it, you get me? The extremist hit squads are there to strike fear into the Punjabi community. They use violence to try and press us. The hit squads are well trained, equipped and organised. I hear stories from all over the UK on how our boys are being attacked by these squads. Most attacks happen at university campuses, halls of residence and gigs. Squads from our areas come and do the hit in a foreign area, but there is always a local insider that gives the target and details. They have a very clever way of doing this. They have many motives, but generally they just want to bully the Punjabi boys. I remember once a hit was done on a Jewish girl in a university. She tried to stop and ban a visit by Hizb-ul-Tahrir, an extremist group from her university campus. She got attacked by 7 men who slapped her about and called her a Jewish whore. So these extremists have no morals or principles and are very ruthless. The old SP letters are full of murders that these hit squads have committed, but their main targets are Punjabi boys who associate with Muslim girls. When I use the word association, I mean just general friends. And the Punjabi boys who speak out against the crimes that the extremists commit on our community. They really hate the Punjabi boys who are alerting a woman about the devious schemes used by extremists. For example, in one case that occurred during the Muslim-Sikh disturbances in 95, the Muslims had a meeting in a mosque about a particular Punjabi boy in the South area. The Punjabi boy was fighting back against the extremists. He had enough of the nuisance that they had caused. At the meeting, it was decided to murder him. A fully armed squad who were meant to be the best of the best found him and attacked him. But God protected his Sikh. He came out with a very few little injuries. He was attacked with bats, machetes, but he escaped laughing at them with a few cuts. He was a local legend and defended his people. I don't know where he is now. Hope he is all good. He's probably in jail knowing him. He didn't let the crimes of the extremists go unpunished. He made an example of the evildoers. He showed that the SP and the Punjabi nation isn't a walkover. We resisted knife for knife in them times, but I don't know, the extremists these days are more serious as they are armed with serious guns and artillery. Times have changed, but you just gotta try and defend yourself the best you can. If it is out of your hands, go to the police, but don't suffer in silence. You get me? So that's what's happening out there, you get me? And like, you know, the only way is to be street fighters, is defend yourself. I don't know, there ain't no simple solutions to this, you get me? Cause, you know what I mean, the police come after you've been murdered and stuff, so even if you tell the police, like, sometimes they can't be with you 24/7, you get me? But it's really bad state of affairs, you get me? So Punjabi boys need to be streetwise and, you know, really need to watch what they're doing and watch their back a bit, you get me?
Arguing that some British streets have become off-limits to non-Muslims may be a view associated with the far right. But when a Pakistani-born Anglican bishop publicly agrees, it reopens the debate. Writing in the Sunday Telegraph, Michael Nazir Ali says the effect of multiculturalism has been to turn already separate communities into no-go areas, and those of a different faith or race may find it difficult to live or work there because of hostility to them.
This article is unnecessarily alarming and might be considered by some people as inciting hatred against religion.
The bishop was abroad today, but a colleague in his Rochester diocese echoed his comments.
Our history is based on our Christian understanding of the world, that we've built a country on this basis, but in the past decade or so we seem to have lost it. We've emphasised multiculturalism to the point of losing our own roots.
In Oxford, the city of dreaming spires is also adapting to the new cultural landscape. The local mosque wants to broadcast the call to prayer over loudspeakers, another feature of multi-faith Britain which the bishop objects to. Muslims here say it's no different to the sound of bells welcoming churchgoers.
Bishop should be a very broad-minded person. He's a religious man. He should give good consideration to the other religion as well. When the bell rings in the morning time, around about 8 o'clock, or 7:30, the people are still sleeping. Don't the bishop think they are disturbed?
Different religions living side by side may result in occasional cultural friction. The alternative would be the creation of single-faith ghettos, which so many people fear or oppose. Ian Woods, Sky News.
Lozelle, just like most other areas in Birmingham and across the UK, is plagued with prostitutes, crackheads, drugs, knives, guns, and there are people within the areas who are willing to use them.
Man got shot there with a shotgun. Bash, rest in peace.
You can't even come out your road, out your house now and know that you're safe. Straight up. Okay, I knew when I was back in the day I could come out of my house and be, knew I was alright. But now it's not like that. You get me? You gotta make sure you're always packing. You get me? Or you're in your zone straight up. You get me? If you're not in your zone, then you're out of zone, you're fucked.
There's a lot of stabbings and shootings or whatever that police don't hear about because the people are away before anyone turns up.
I got sliced in my face, stabbed in my arm, stabbed in my leg. You get me? And that just changed like, yo blood, this ain't no bullshit. Straight up, straight banging.
It's a case of dog eat dog. I mean, you either kill or be killed.
Someone got stabbed up about 2 years ago, around that corner around there in a telephone box, dead.
It's messed up how simple it is as well to possess the power basically to take away someone's life.
Got the fucking knives there. I don't walk without this nowhere. People trying to cut my face, but it's not happening.
I've been brought up. I've been dragged up, straight up. I have to fight for myself. Get me? My people, straight up, you get me? No false figure, straight up the street, my king.
There's nothing to do, you know what I mean? A lot of people steal cars because it's fun, it's exciting, they get an adrenaline from it. And I mean, what else are they going to be doing otherwise, you know what I mean? What can replace that sort of adrenaline?
I've had police punch through my nose while the dog's biting me. While I've been chased by the helicopter for no reason. It's innocence.
Nowadays, that's the ones younger than me. They're the ones that are hot things because they don't do anything all day long, they don't care. They ain't got no fear. You understand? You look at kids now, looking at me, they're 16 and they're big. You're like, what the fuck, you've been eating bricks?
There is a lot going on outside that the parents don't know about. I mean, there's things that I've done that my parents don't know about.
That's all anything under the sun. Them guns, everything, crap, straight up, I ain't done no motherfucking murder. I ain't looking to do no fucking murder or any motherfucking shit like that, straight up, man.
Yeah, someone got shot on that road a couple of years ago as well. Dead over a mobile phone.
All I'm trying to do is get my daughter out of the ghetto. I don't want my daughter to be in the ghetto.
You can't stop the guns from being there. The guns are already there. You just have to get through to the young people and get them to stop. Well, get them to stop and think before they think about picking up the weapons.
My man in the locked up, started family, so JK, started bone, started to put a man in the locked up. That nigga run away from this fucking faces. You hear me? What up? Willie Juice, stop snitches, you fuck!
Snitching, fam! Stop snitching!
Teddy Juice, stop
snitching! Man say, fuck Rasta! Fuck them, man! Fuck Cherry! Fuck Cherry! Fuck Cherry! Fuck Tech Nog!
You have to pass through now, it's Tech Nog. I'm not even seeing that this year.
Alright, we're there, you get me? Enemy territory. About to get into the fuck a couple Marleys, beat them down. You know how we do.
Yo, fuck it though, bro. I'll blow your fucking melon off the camera, dude. You understand me?
Yo, big up Street Selected, yeah? SC28, Block Gang, Dunno, Spray. Block Gang,
Young Beat, Dunno, and
busy, yeah? Fucking like, if you ain't busy, I do this to you, fucking pussy. Blow your skull off.
You might have been chilling for a hot Rasta a while, but you know, I'm about to get up off my fucking seat and start strangling these Rasta leaves out here on the fucking road. Because you know, they're not Rasta behaving anymore.
Don't pull that when you're picking on this mistake. Who comes to your mistake if you lack a certain spot? Straight. Everyone, look at it. One back to boy.
Twigs, you done know, yeah, treat, yeah, T-Murder, Kelvin, T-Murder, Free Debo,
Ellie, Iron, Murder, Custom, Scully, Blacks.
Give me same shit, different city. Shouts out to all the niggas at fucking LO, South, Bricky, all the PDC, everyone. Yeah, all the real niggas, anywhere gang.
T-Block. Suck your fucking mum, innit? Willie G, suck your fucking mum. My mate Do at it. Big up the DVD. I haven't got no problem with disabled people. Why are you gonna have a blind guy being a government in the country, innit? You can't even see. He don't even know if Tony Blair's black or white. He can't see what's going on. He don't even know if Tony Blair's black or white. He don't even know if he's black or white. You know what I'm saying?